Women on Wealth is proudly sponsored by First for Women, celebrating leading women.
Hello and welcome to the special Women on Wealth broadcast. This is the first of our bi-monthly series focused on winning women, with the multiple hats that we women often have to wear, juggling the numerous roles that we have to fulfill. How difficult is it to maintain this balance and still grow a business? Today, our panelists will be taking on this very important question. My winning women today are Yogavelli Nambiar. She is the Program Director of the GIBS Enterprise Development Academy, Molebatsi Ndleve, the Managing Director of Lulatec, and Johanna Mukoki, Group CEO of Travel with Flair. Ladies, thank you so much for making the time to join us. I'm going to ask a question that I think we all have foregone conclusions about, but it would be interesting to get your insights. And Johanna, maybe let's start off with you. How are we faring as female entrepreneurs against our male counterparts?
I think as female entrepreneurs, we fare very, very well with our male counterparts. And for me, I realized that females, we better payers, we're more outward looking, we nurturers, we builders. So I realized, and especially having been around the world, most of the female entrepreneurs, you know, are able to hold their company for many years.
So Molebatsi, we're better payers, we're more nurturing, but do our companies and our ventures perform better than the male counterparts?
I think we do, like Johanna has said it. You know, we are nurturing, you know, as women. So I think, and I think it's, even if men, they're still leading, you know, but women are holding the horns by the head. So I'm saying we've got a long way to go.
We've got a long way to go, but we're certainly getting there from what I'm hearing from Molly. But maybe let's just also weigh in. I mean, Yogi, you've got insight into enterprise development. You know, and you've seen businesses start and fail. Give us some sort of clue in terms of the businesses that are failing. Are they women-led or are they male-led? And is it important for us to even have that distinction in the conversation?
I think it is important because women require a different kind of support sometimes. There are different types of leaders and there are different types of entrepreneurs. They're less risk averse, for example. But just to backtrack a little bit, you know, South Africa is the only sub-Saharan country which basically has a lower female entrepreneurship rate than male entrepreneurship. So in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa, we're the only country that ranks lower on in terms of our gender numbers. And so this is important. Why are women not taking up entrepreneurship? What are the inhibiting factors? What are the barriers to that? Why are we not creating an enabling environment? So if you've got fewer women-led businesses starting, you're obviously going to have fewer that are failing because by virtue of the math. So I think it's important firstly to create that environment so that more women start businesses. But in terms of failure rates, it's an equal sum game. Because the reasons why businesses are failing are in terms of lack of access to capital, lack of access to markets, as well as skills. So lack of access to business skills, which is where an organization like GIBS, the Gordon Institute of Business Science, comes in. I'm
going to be a little bit controversial. Johanna, are business schools the answer? I mean, I've heard many voices saying that's not where you grow and nurture and culture entrepreneurship for a nation. What's your view on that?
I think that business schools are a good start, but you know, with everything in life, entrepreneurship, you really have to be able to have a spirit that's inculcated in you. You have to have the drive. I always say that, you know, with me being an entrepreneur, I had a clear set of values, and I had a clear set of goals. You know, you have to have great values and a clear set of goals. And to be able to do that, and women, we are not forthright, you know, and we're not as brave as men. Women need a lot of self-confidence to even begin to start a project. So yes, the business schools are good in giving you that foundation to know what can be able to be the starting blocks, and that gives you the self-confidence. But over and above that, you have to hit the streets running. You know what I'm saying? It's a learn on the go game. And with everything in life, if you persevere, you will always succeed. But the pitfalls are always there.
The pitfalls are there, and I'm going to come back to the confidence battle that you've touched on. But Molly, you've done a course at GIBS. You're an entrepreneur, so I'm going to let you be the referee on this particular question. Do you need an MBA or an equivalent to be a successful entrepreneur?
I think MBA or business school, it's part of. I believe, like Johanna said again, you need to have that. We have that supporting skills. You know, you need to learn how to market, HR, you know, negotiating and all those things. But again, you need to be an entrepreneur. You need to be able to risk so that you can be able to have profit. So I don't think that it's only you have to go to school. So you have to be able to see an opportunity in a distressed market, you know. So for me, it's you need both, because you can be an entrepreneur, but at the same time you need to have those managerial skills where you will be able to be market, to negotiate and all those things. So I'm thinking you need
it's a balance. It's a balance. I want to come to finance. I mean, you raised this as one of the key challenges that entrepreneurs face. An alternative view also says maybe South Africa is a unique case where it's not about a lack of finance, but it's an absence or lack of really good ideas. Where are we in terms of that particular tightrope? Do we lack the money or do we lack the ideas?
So it's a bit of a combination. I don't think we lack the finance itself. Finance is available in this country. However, it's the inhibiting factors, the barriers that leads you to actually accessing the finance. So it could be a lack of awareness in terms of what are the financing institutions available. There's a lot of nervousness around actually approaching those institutions. So again, a lack of confidence. There is also hurdles in the application and the bureaucratic process that leads you to access that finance. So there's a lot of steps that you've got to undertake, and that can be quite scary and intimidating for entrepreneurs that don't actually have those skills. The other thing is that the financiers on the other side have the mandate to give this finance out, but are lacking proper business plans coming forward to them. So another interesting statistic from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor reports actually show that South Africa or South Africans don't really see opportunity as well as other emerging markets do, or people in other emerging markets.
Why are we blind to opportunity? Why are we not seeing? And maybe let me get your quick insight on why is it that we would fare so poorly against our emerging market peers?
You know, I've had a pleasure to meet Martha Stewart, and she said that we should never let being female get between us and a great business idea. And I think that for me sums it all, because, you know, we are just not open to the possibilities of what we can potentially do as women, you know, and therefore you just don't see the opportunity. And if you don't see the opportunity, there is no entrepreneur, there's no business woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we just need to be open to the markets. I mean, great, and I've had the pleasure, I mean, to meet amazing, successful businessmen around the world. And those guys are hunters, if I can tell you. You know, in distressed markets, there's always an opportunity. They go out and find it. You know, they sniff out the best deals in the world. But as women, we always hold back, you know. And I think for me as well, I've been fortunate enough being working those kind of rooms that I'm always pushing forward, because I realize that it is possible. I mean, it's always the simplest things that give you the best business in life.
So we've spent a lot of time trying to tackle some of the things that hold us back and some of the bottlenecks. But maybe let's flip the coin and talk about the things that have enabled us to be the leading woman that you are as you sit now. And Molly, let's start off with, if you could identify one distinguishing part of the strategy that you employed in your particular business, what would it be? Why do you think that you've been so successful in your space?
I think there are so many things, I guess, that you know, make somebody to be successful. But one of those things is what I've learned from GIBS is to be self-confident. You know, when you are confident, I guess, because as women, we've got that self-doubt in us. You know, people don't believe in us. Families, friends, you know, they're always telling you you're not good enough to do that. So I believe that if you've got a mentor who's been successful, that you are looking up to, who'll understand what you're going through, you know, I think for me, it has helped me, and more especially to be self-confident.
So it's self-confidence, and also having a mentor to somehow guide you along that particular path. Yogi, the defining or distinguishing feature of success for female entrepreneurs?
I think a willingness to learn. I think women are less confrontational, so they open themselves up to learning in a different way. They're more collaborative. They hire more female staff members as well. And an interesting World Bank study showed that women actually go on to create lots of consequential impacts from their entrepreneurship and from their wealth and success. So basically it leads to better educated children, healthier families, they pay it forward in communities, etc. So I think because of that collaborative space, they end up getting a lot of support.
So it's that collaborative space. Johanna, distinguishing feature, why do we celebrate you today?
You know, for me, I think I'm fearless, and I've always said your networks equals your net worth. So I really hang around winners. And I guess that's why my company Travel with Flair, which I've had for 18 years, is what it is. And I'm actually one of those people who's really got a lot of self-confidence. And I think that I was blessed enough to be able to get it from my parents.
Your networks are a determinant of your net worth. That's all we have time for this special on Women on Wealth broadcast. That's a very big thank you to my winning woman, Yogavelli Nambiar. She is the Program Director of the GIBS Enterprise Development Academy, Molebatsi Ndleve, Managing Director of Lulatec, and Johanna Mukoki, Group CEO of Travel with Flair. Please do send us your thoughts about the broadcast. That's by using the hashtag WOW410 or by following me at Nozipumbanja. If you would like to be a part of our winning women audience at the next event, please email marketing@abn360.com. That's marketing@abn360.com. Until next time, stay empowered.